Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your spring equinox reading. Spring equinox is on March the 19th, and the sun goes into Aries, officially the beginning of the astrological new world, new year. In the northern hemisphere, that means not only are the days and nights equal, both northern and southern hemisphere, but in the northern, we are moving towards the sun, the increase of the sun, and that is about finding our place in the world. So spring augurs this beautiful new journey, summertime light and playfulness even. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. I appreciate all of you who are participating in that. I also give away a free reading on or around the first of each month, and I called the winners for that from the comments and the donations that have been received previously. So again, thank you. Moreover, I appreciate you being here now. That's what's important. And I appreciate all the ways that you support me. All the love that you send is felt and deeply appreciated. So thank you again in advance for that. Taurus, your overall energy is the Six of Cups. This is about a positive and easy flow of exchange of all energies. This is about our relationships naturally, but with regards to love and money are the ways that we're particularly keen to balancing this energy. This, in part, is helping you to recognize that you are a caretaker at some level. You are one that will initiate a job well done, the tasks required to do a job well. You are not dependent on others to tell you what you need to do, but you may often support others who need that kind of guidance and support in order to do their best work. As a result of this awareness about yourself, this understanding of the value of what you do, this is appreciating that value so that you're now in a stronger position to negotiate exchanges on all contracts in a way that at least benefits you. And you're not always looking at equality, but you are looking at equity. It's so that you are moving from a place of strength and you are receiving from a place of the strength of the other, so that exchanges are equitable is your concern. That's the maturity you now bring. There's an acceptance that you're the strong one. You may be an initiator, but that doesn't minimize your partnership at all, as long as that's valued and respected. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the Five of Staffs. You're working on something. You may be a part of a team that is trying to solve a problem in your job in particular. You may be about creating a transition, changing your status in some way, moving away from a situation that is contentious or solving it. You are a positive player in the solution that's being offered. You're willing to accept that everybody has to participate in learning some new skill or discovering, exploring options that are going to create a solution that everyone can participate in and take credit for. But this really is about a change of your status. This almost indicates to me of some way that you are either developing a new job, leaving a job, identifying a new kind of work, perhaps in the organization you are, or it's also about the way that you're working with others wherever you are, whether at work, in your community, or at home. You're really looking at ways in which you are part of a growing team. In the first house, we have the Star card. This is beautiful. This is indicating your focus on all the possibilities that lay before you. So this is indicating, shedding some light on the changes that you're making in your social position. You've seen, you've actually come through a long period of hard, grinding work. You may not have received the compensation that you feel you're due. You certainly have not been acknowledged for your value. But throughout your ability to persevere, to make the best, to do the best, to always do your best work, you have understood that you are now in a place of visualizing a better life for yourself. If it's at a different job, if it's at the same job, if it's in a completely different position altogether, you now see a better world as a result of your ability to heal these things within you that have contributed to your long suffering in a place where you were not seen or valued. And because you're healing that sense of not being valued, but of respecting yourself, honoring yourself, then you are now moving towards this light, this beautiful experience of miracles, opening up the possibilities of the magic that is in your life, that is you are focusing on the future with this new acceptance of miracles, the possibility of miracles. In the fourth house, this is your family, your history, your roots, your domestic environment. The Judgment card is indicating that you have, wow, this is like a whole revelation that all the trials and tribulations you've been through have afforded you opportunities to touch base on your destined path. And those have all accumulated to a place where you now recognize you can express yourself. You can engage in the work that you feel you were made to do in a way that now you feel clear and confident of your success. You now understand that the life you've always wanted to lead, the expression you've always wanted to share with the world, is now available to you at a higher level. This doesn't indicate necessarily exactly the details of that, but for those of you that have reached this level of awareness, it is very clear to you that you've always been on one path. And this path is opened up, and you've understood through maturity the various possibilities embedded in this path, the various options, the various rewards, and so that you now know that you can be successful pursuing your own expression. In the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships, we have the Sun. The Sun is about your really opening up, unfolding, peeling back all the layers of challenge, adversity, hardship, rejection, lack of recognition, so that you have found your joy anyway. You have experienced your playfulness, your loving nature, your joy in being alive. It is communicated through everything you do. You're irrepressible at a certain level. This is in a place where that is traditionally associated with marriage, with long-term partners, And I can see a kind of recognition and embrace of yourself, of your true nature, your innocent nature, accepting that. And this is almost going against some of the hardness, some of the cynicism that you may have accumulated as a result of having a difficult experience in, particularly through employment. But it is not the same for all of you. But this is where the lack of the recognition in the world, actually, you've learned that you are worthy and deserving of that. Whether you've received it or not, you now know how to give it to yourself. And you know that the world, you know how to recognize when you're being celebrated, when you're being vetted. It's not always the way that we were trained to believe what it looks like. So that you're opened up to the joy in your experience, the joy in the relations you do have, the long-term relationships. This can be with your children. This can be with old partners, exes, that there is a friendship or a joy or a light, a warmth that you exude that's very powerful. And you're now turning that to yourself, understanding that you're the source of the joy in the world, of your world. So beautiful, Taurus. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card, Taurus, and if you're vibing with this reading, please like this, share this with others, comment below. I love reading your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pull the Courage card. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I feel like that's a big one for you. Being an earth sign, as an earth sign myself, I understand that fears can be overwhelming. And having the courage to face those fears is a real miracle, a real gift. And I pull from the flora and fauna of Africa the rock-toothed crab, and the plant associated with that is the beautiful heath bell, and the key word is reflection. Take some time to figure things out. Try a different approach to exploring yourself and the world around you. I'm going to clarify the star card in the first house with the Ace of Cups in the second house, and the 10 of Cups in the third house. Whoa, so beautiful. I actually see your acceptance of the value of love, your existence as an expression of love, blooming fully in your relationships, in your intimate relationships. Again, your children, your friends, your family members, your exes, your colleagues. Everywhere you go, you are creating this environment of sharing, of safety, of protection, of sharing the experiences, what you've learned from your experiences in a way that is so dignifying to not only yourself, but to others. Others feel dignified. They feel enlightened. They feel cared for. They feel seen by this ability of you to simply let your light shine, be your joyful being. The Tauruses I'm speaking to are extremely creative and gifted. Take great love and pleasure in the arts, in making things, in baking things, in doing little things in gardening, in anything that allows them to experience the abundance of the planet. And that sheer joy is something that is unstoppable and is helping you to realize your mission on earth, your purpose here. And that is about your awareness that love flows. It's not quantified or captured. It just flows. And the joy in experiencing that is something you're communicating to others. The Judgment card in the 4th house is clarified by the King of Wands in the 5th house and the Two of Swords in the 6th house. Full of confidence in a different kind of way. There's a part of you that likes to be the boss, that likes to organize others, that likes to motivate others, inspire others. This is probably a habit you have that may be even a little annoying to your friends because you really mean what you say. You are can be a little bossy in your delivery of the wonderful experiences you're having or the wonderful things that others should do as a result of things you've learned. This is passion that is beautiful, makes you sexy, and also helps you to validate this beautiful gift that you have. This beautiful way you have of harmonizing an environment, lighting up a room, bringing joy to others, being sunny, even when you're pissed off and mad. The Two of Swords in the 6th house is more about something that is challenging for you to look at. And I'm thinking it may be relevant not only in situations where you have to work with other people, but I have a sense that this has to do with former love relationships, former spouses, exes, however you quantify that category of people that have seemed to hurt you in some very clear ways, have seemed to ignore you, dismiss your needs. And there's a way that you are actually coming to some greater truth, a greater sense of being honest with yourself about that kind of treatment or experience. Some way that you're looking closely at your actions, taking responsibility for those, that is actually having a positive effect on your health. Maybe it's the way in which you've allowed others to influence you in a way that you're now rectifying and seeing the folly in that. So that instead you're taking responsibility for allowing yourself to be influenced and you are doing the right thing. You're correcting the right thing. You're getting the information you need and realizing there's a whole world beyond what you were told was the right thing to do. The Sun card in the 7th house is clarified by the King of Cups in the 8th house and the Queen of Cups in the 9th house. So here we have a divine couple. And in many ways, it's feeling as though if you're not in a moving towards a committed relationship, this can be with somebody who lives abroad or who lives a distance away from you, then you are perhaps participating in joining two people together who are making a strong and supportive bond with you. You are also interacting in a community where you're experiencing sharing the joy of relationships where you are accepting this flow of love that can't be quantified, but instead, because you're all mature people and you're all caring people, with regards to friends or partners, then you understand that your joining together is for a greater purpose, is to contribute to a greater cause. In the 10th house, the 5 of Staffs is clarified by the Lover in the 11th house and the Queen of Swords in the 12th. It's interesting because I see you choosing yourself. You're having moved away from experiences of self-gratification to seeing the way that you can invest in your opportunities so that you gain long-term benefit, so that you experience an improvement in your life that is long-lasting. that you build something that is, if not permanent, I don't know if anything is permanent, but that is benefits you primarily, fills your cup first so that you can fill the cup of others. So you recognize that you're part of a web of relationships and affection that are best served when you are on the path of your purpose. You're no longer looking for instant gratification. In fact, a sense I have is that you have long since matured out of the need to be gratified at every step along the way, almost like a salve for all the mistreatment that you may have felt you experienced in the past. Instead, your maturity shows you that you can make better choices. You can be curious about the experiences you've had and the way that you're changing, the changes you're initiating, the way that you're understanding what you want can be different. And that is drawing people to you who are helping you to better understand and express the sense of maturity and curiosity that you can express through in your world. I'm going to finish off this reading, Taurus, with a crystal oracle. Ooh, and this beautiful, I'm wondering, sunstone, empowerment. I am empowered in all areas of my life. And this beautiful sunstone is really validating this beautiful energy of the sun and the star card in your this chart. So thank you again, Taurus, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.